Christine Kehoe has been a member of the San Diego City Council. She has also served in the California State Assembly from 2004 to 2011. She represented the 38th District in the California State Senate. After leaving politics, Chris became the executive director of the Plug-in Electric Vehicle Collaborative. And in January of last year, she was also appointed to the California Transportation Commission. I'm dying to find out how she got here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to present the Millennium Awards, good friend of the Friends, Chris Kehoe.
Clark, you are a riot. I don't know how you keep it up. Clark Anthony, the world's best MC. Fantastic. It never gets old. First of all, thank you to Jim Hughes and Betty Peabody for inviting me to be part of the program. The story of the carousel is more fascinating than I ever dreamed, and I'm so glad we all got to hear about it. So now it's my privilege to present the Friends of Balboa Park 2017 Millennium Award. And I want to thank everybody for this great turnout. We're here today to celebrate a true San Diego success story. It has, I think, all the elements of a real saga. It's a story that's told over decades. There's a threat of untimely demise. There's a triumphant climax that leaves us all happy. There's even theme music, thanks to the carousel organ. So that's maybe the one-sentence summary, but as we've all heard, it involves many, many San Diegans, thousands if we count all the people like so many of us that have taken a ride or two on the carousel, and the families and all the family members. So it is really a great pleasure to be part of today's program. I want to just give you a few little tidbits. In your program today is a really well-researched and lively article about the carousel by Welton Jones, and you should really take a look at that when you have a minute. We heard all about it being moved back and forth from San Diego to Coronado, and now it's been here in Coronado, but the whole life of the carousel is 104 years, so we're looking at slightly over a century. That it was manufactured in New York, and then the families, the Simpsons, Virginia Long and her family, and now Bill Steen and his family operating it for all those years. And it's thanks to these three families, their dedication, their civic pride, their excellent management, that now this year the Friends of Balboa Park were able to step in and acquire the merry-go-round and ensure that the merry-go-round will be part of Balboa Park for generations to come. It is a fantastic acquisition by the Friends and a real asset to our city, to our history, and to the history of Balboa Park. So I think the Friends deserve applause for initiative, tremendous fundraising, and a focus on a very important project. Great idea and well executed. So to Bill Brown and to the others that were mentioned in the program, I just think it's a wonderful story, and I'm glad that you're all here to celebrate today. So accepting the Friends of Balboa Park 2017 Millennium Award today, on behalf of all the families, I'm going to ask Arlene Simpson to come up. Virginia Long is going to stay seated, but we're delighted that you're here, and Sally Hickson is going to come up in her stead, and Bill Steen. So come on up here front. Thanks to each of you for preserving this piece of San Diego history. Okay? Yeah. Right here. Perfect. There you go. Here we go. And I think we want to take a photo here, Clark, also.
I should hand the awards first. Let's see.
Yes.
What is Steen?
Steen?
Yes. Thank you, Steen.
There you go.
Arlene Simpson.
Thank you. Wonderful. Excellent.
Pictures. We come now to the Inspiration Awards presented today by the San Diego City Council member whose district includes our historic carousel. He represents actually all of the magical menagerie in this particular district, 3. Chris Ward has been a cancer researcher at UCSD and an environmental planner working with local governments. He also was chief of staff for State Senator Marty Block, who served communities of the 3rd District. Last year, Chris Ward was elected to the San Diego City Council, and he is on several committees. Most notably, he is the chair of the Select Committee on Homelessness. He is also the chair of the San Diego County Regional Task Force on Homelessness. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Ward.
Thank you, Clark. Thank you so much. And Sally, I really want to thank you for that very rich and well done narrative that you were able to produce and put together. I think everybody in the room probably got something new, some newfound appreciation, and who knew about the carousel and that it had to go clockwise. I mean, that was something right there and then that I was able to learn today. But for everybody here like me that has a child or a grandchild, that we know that the commitment is here through the Friends of Balboa Park to really sustain this very beautiful monument that we have here for the park. So I have the distinct pleasure and the real appreciation to be the current council member who is the steward for Balboa Park, and I certainly appreciate that and revere that every single day that I get to wake up. We have wonderful award recipients today who have been nominated by their organizations as recognition by their peers of just how impactful their participation is here for Balboa Park. Their effort is what sustains this crown jewel of San Diego, and it provides those added levels of service so that the public visiting the park can have a truly memorable experience. And just to put some quantification to this, we had a recent study by San Diego State that was able to put into numbers just how enormous the impact of volunteerism is. 26,702 part-time and full-time individuals give back to make our city and our park a better place, ensuring that more than 4.6 million visitors a year have a great place to visit. And so today, we are honoring 5 inspirational volunteers, but we are also honoring the spirit of volunteerism that makes and sustains Balboa Park. So I want to thank the Friends, of course, for being a lead organization and all the work that you do and some of the projects that George was able to highlight earlier that you're already embarking on. It's this concerted effort, it's this ongoing effort that the Friends has done for decades that I know we're all going to be able to take together forward for decades to come into the future. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, and it's my pleasure to help to present some of our awards today.
If you locate the right one, I'll do the narration. Chris is going to match the award with the narration that I'm going to bring you right now. Each of our awardees was asked the same question: why do you volunteer? Melanie Flynn was drawn to the Museum of Man because of the tower. When she learned that it would be reopening in 2015 after 80 years, she said, "I couldn't wait to climb it and look at the magnificent park and the panoramic view of the city of San Diego. How thrilled I was to learn that volunteers were needed to help out assist with the tours. I applied and was excited that I could become a weekly trekker." And Melanie says she wants to sum up her reasons for volunteering with a quote from former First Lady Rosalind Carter, who said, "Do what you can to show you care about other people, and you will make the world a better place." Congratulations, and thank you to Melanie Flynn. Barry Goldlust is being recognized for his dedication to the San Diego History Center. Barry says, "Volunteering presents an opportunity to help others and to expand my own interests. For example, in Jewish community or Jewish family services, working with disabled individuals is rewarding because it helps them and it also often develops into strong friendships. Volunteering at the San Diego History Center satisfies my urge to do research and also to meet people." Congratulations and thank you to Barry Goldlust. Sheri? Substitute. Oh, okay. Well, I'll read about Sheri, if that's okay. Sheri Knox volunteers at the San Diego Natural History Museum. Her parents volunteered in the community, and she had done a little bit of that. But she says, when I found out about the whalers, it was just a match made in heaven, an opportunity to learn more about my passion, marine science, and also to share it with the public. It is so rewarding to meet people out on a boat from all over the world who love marine life and are like sponges, I like that, for the info we have to share. Sheri adds, a great bonus has been making lifelong friends with others in this organization. I'm proud that I was able to help shape our volunteer training program and later lead as president. I am eager to begin my 13th whale watching season with the Nat. Congratulations and thank you to Sheri Knox. You are accepting for Sheri? She's out whale watching. Please, no pictures. Wendy Ledford has been honored by, or is being honored by the Globe Guilders. She says, I was a volunteer from such a young age, it was just sort of a part of my life. My folks both did major volunteer work in our new community of Poway in the mid-1950s, and my grandparents were philanthropic, so it seemed like to be a well-rounded person, this was just actually a part of life. Later, while raising children, it was also a great way to spend time with other women with similar interests. You become almost family, and that's important to me. I have volunteered for many events and places, but my biggest time goes to two chosen organizations in which I am a legacy, the Globe Guilders and the Thursday Club. I'm a third generation in both. Congratulations and thank you to Wendy Ledford. Don't you love the choreography? We rehearsed this 3 or 4 days earlier in the week. Paul Meyer is a volunteer with Balboa Park Conservancy and Balboa Park Endowment. Paul says, the park gives balance to our lives. It's a botanical refuge in a dense urban setting. It's full of playgrounds and playing fields for families and athletes hoping to get away from traffic. It's a source of cultural and artistic enrichment in an economy finding it increasingly difficult to sustain those noble enterprises. It's where each of us can go to spend a few minutes of quiet moments in our otherwise hectic lives. Above all, it's where we connect with one another and inspire one another across categories that are often too artificially defining us and separating us. It is our community at its very best. It is a privilege to devote time and energy to this jewel of a place. Congratulations and thank you to Paul Myers. He's been thinking about that for a few minutes, I just know. Come together.